Hello there fellow modellers, Steve here, and today's video is a kit review of me entry into Frankie Day's British Bomber Group build, and I'll be doing this, which is a Wellington B3. It was built in larger numbers than any other British bomber. Now I did have a choice of two kits of what to do for this group build. It was either this one or a Handy Page Hampton. Now I know that Greg Duff, hi there Greg, he's doing excuse me, he's doing a Handy Page Hampton. Now I sent him the message and said I had a choice of either two kits, and he's doing that one. I think this is the Airfix one, yeah, but this is the Wellington B3. Now we'll start off with the instructions and put that to one side. Basic Airfix instructions. This is well, I'll find out later on. It's a reboxed kit, this from the early 90s, but I think it's probably been around since the late 60s, because I can actually remember building this exact model when I was a kid. Bit of history about the plane. Designed by Sir Barnes Wallis, and it was nicknamed the Wimpy. It was the RAF's primary bomber at the beginning of the war, but as newer, more advanced types come online, like the Lancaster Halifax, it was moved on to other roles. It did maritime reconnaissance for a while. I'll have to have a look on the history. I know it did one version where it had a great big metal ring along the bottom, and it sent out magnetic pulses to detonate mines. I know the Germans had exactly the same thing with their Ju-52, because I've seen pictures of that, and I've actually seen that it served in most theatres of war, Europe, it served in the Mediterranean, the Middle East, and I think it actually served in the Far East as well. But right, turrets, pilots, as we'll go on. I don't think the pilots are up to much. I might leave them out, I don't know. Depends. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think you get many sections to do this, and as you can see, the detail inside is just non-existent. But that's typical of Airfix kits at the time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. It only takes 8 sections to build the plane, so it shouldn't be very hard, even for me. And you got the markings here. Now the markings are for, which is there, for a Wellington B3 that was operated by number 425 Alouette Squadron, Royal Canadian Air Force, based at RAF Dishforth in Lincolnshire, 1943. A bit of a close-up of that there. Black underside, light brown, light olive green and bronze for the guns, I think. Standard RAF night camouflage. Put that there. Now the markings, as you can expect for an old kit, they're a bit yellowy there. Pardon. So what I might do is, as best I can, or if I can find something other than that, cut round the lettering so you get rid of the yellowy silver flash stuff, because it's very, I don't know if anybody's got any ideas about how to get rid of that other than using the well, what I use is the Humbrol Decal Fix, or some people use Microcell Soft, and Microset and Microsol, whatever. So if anybody's got any tips for that, I know some people say leave it in the windowsill for a couple of days, but I'm just going to go through that and see if I can get round there by cutting around the lettering, because it's fairly basic. And I'll probably got a set of them and them somewhere in me camouflage markings box. So we'll put them to one side, and we'll go on to Now, what can I find out about when this was printed? As you can see, this is the left hand side or port. The detail inside is just non-existent, but obviously it's raised panel lines on there, but who cares? And the same with the starboard side. There is quite a bit of flash on, but it'll be remedied anyway. So, and you can see the injector pin marks there, but when the fuselage together you'll not see anything. And here's the wings, which have went with the, that's not the right one, the geodic construction, which was familiar to the Wellington, which made them very strong, crisscrossed. So they'll go together fine in there. And there's the tailplane, the engine ports, engine nacelles, wheels, engine cowlings, the guns, the exhausts, which are very prominent. These bits of flash on there, but they can be cut off, no problem at all. Here's the other one. The pilots, the look. Well, I might paint them, I might put them in, because they do look as though there's a bit of detail on them, because a lot of the Airfix pilots from the 70s were absolutely terrible. There was no detail, they were just a blob of plastic in the shape of a pilot. Propellers, need a bit cutting off there, but apart from that it looks okay. They don't get any decals for the control column there and the control panel. Then you get a stand, and this was what was left in the bag, which have come off the sprue. And that's actually started now, and I've seen what other people are doing. Frankie, well, he's actually doing the Lancaster, which is what I've got in my stash, but I'm going for something that doesn't take very long to build, because I've got a few other builds at the moment. Greg Huffey's doing the Handy Page Hampton. Warren Blanche, hi there Warren, like your Eagle's Nest, excellent. Been watching the video of it, especially your relaxing room with that great big leather chair, fantastic. He's doing the Sea Vixen 1/48 scale, which I have got in my stash, but it's a bit, that's too complicated in the time frame, so I've left that for another day. Chris and Alex Modelling, hi there Chris, Alex. They've just announced that they're doing the Canberra. I was watching a bit of theirs last night. Who else? I'll have a watch on the internet tonight to see who else is on. I don't know whether Chance's doing, because he put an interesting thing in that he actually works in the factory which makes Airbus, that actually built the Wellington it's in Wales, Brompton, I think it's to pronounce it. So that was an interesting video to watch that, I like watching that. So, that's a quick video, quick entry video. Now at the moment I've got on, which is me TSR2, which I'm nearly finished. And I've started me RMS Mauritania for Tactical Jackalope's speed contest. And I'll give you a quick look of it here. And there she is, coming along. I've got the decks painted. Now if you're watching this, Andy, the decks were supposed to be a satin oak, but when I put them on, they didn't match the colour what was on the instruction sheet. So I've had a look about in the paints box, and I found a gloss tan, which is a bit like a wood effect, but the majority of this here would all be hidden when the other superstructure goes on. It will just be the decks there, mainly the fore and aft. But I think that looks okay. I'm going to give it another coat and highlight the chain there and the bollards and whatever hatches. But once the black paint's on, it'll contrast, and I think it'll be a better colour than the satin oak, which didn't resemble satin oak at all. And I've got the other ones done here. So that's that nearly. Well, now I've got one of the funnels, all the funnels done as well, so they'll look good. And I'll put on my next update video, which will be either possibly Monday or Tuesday, about what kits I've done and how far I've got with them. I should have a bit more of this done. And I haven't started using my airbrush yet, but I will be using it on the black, because the hull is predominantly black in the Cunard colours. So that's just an update on that. And the Supermarine Spitfire for demand modelers, high Clint, going along with that, bits of the framework, but that's coming along. I think most of the construction is inside the fuselage. Once you get that done, the wings and the tailplane and everything else will just go on fantastically. And it'll be the paint and that. So there's a seat as well. So that's coming along. And I've got the day off today, so I'm having a whole afternoons of modelling. My wife and daughters went out, so I've got the whole house to myself, no interruptions. And here's the cat. Oh, the cat's going to come up now. Where are you? Oh, that's me phone, that. Right, so I'll see you all later, and happy modelling, and see you on the next video. Bye now.